Hello and welcome to this session. Today, we will break away from essential grammar and we will listen to our Humata friends. We will watch them and hear them talk, of course. And there will be 5 Humata conversations. Thereafter, we will be picking up 2 pairs from our learned participants and watch them talk, right? So it's all going to be demonstrations of conversations today. Before I start out with the Humatar conversations, let's say hello to our learned participants. Here we go. Lekha, hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm also good.
Hmm. So, how has been the day for you?
My day is always it's like good.
Good. Your day is always good. That's so good to
Yes.
hear. That's so good to hear. I had heard a story long back, a very interesting story. It was about a man who would always say, when asked how he was, I am great. I've never been better before. He was so positive. Okay. So when he was a young man and people, men and women, young men and young women used to ask him, how are you, Johnny? He would say, oh, I'm great. I've never been any better. Okay. Then when he stepped into middle age and people around used to ask him, how are you, Johnny? And he would say, hey, I'm great. I've never been better before. And then he stepped into old age, right? And his hair had started graying and, and he had developed some ailments as well. And people would still ask him, hey, Johnny, how are you? And he would say, hey, I'm great. I've never been better before. And then he was quite an old man. He stepped into 80s and his ailments had aggravated. And then people asked him, Johnny, how are you? And he would say, hey, I'm great. I've never been better before. And then he was extremely old. He was in mid-90s, right? Probably waiting for the call to come. And then one child asked, hey, Johnny, how are you? And then with his dying breath, he said, well, kid, I'm great. I've never been better before. So that should be the spirit. Always be great. Okay? And when I
Yes.
see you, Lekha, when I see you, I get that positivity, those positive vibes. I'm sure everybody gets. So keep smiling
Thank you,
like
sir.
this. Keep stay vibrant like this always. Thank you for being a part of the course and thank you for finding time out for today's class.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks to you. Sneha, hello.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I am absolutely fine today, sir.
Good to see that and good to know. And you're looking vibrant and bright. You do look vibrant and bright all the time, but today it seems that you are extra vibrant and super, super, super bright. So, what's the reason? What's the causal factor? Are you very happy today for some reasons?
Mm. Yes, I got a home, a new apartment for us. For so the stressness of it long to hunting a house in new country is finished. So I am little happy.
Wow, congratulations. I think all of you must send congratulatory messages to this girl, Sneha, your friend, okay? She has found a new apartment. Congratulate her. Sneha, hearty congratulations to you and your family. I'm so happy for you all. Great to know that.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Nitesh, hello. Nitesh, hello.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
I am fine, sir. I'm doing great.
Doing great. How has been the day?
And day was good, sir.
Great. The day was
Uh,
the day was good.
good.
Very good. Very good to know that. Okay, Hemanta. Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Absolutely fine. How are you, Hemanta?
I'm also good, sir.
Oh, you're a champ speaker. You will be good, of course. Yesterday you showed your class, right? Your
Thank you, sir.
your first attempt at spontaneous, and you spoke like a champ. Well done.
Sir,
Great.
with the time, I will learn more.
Of
So
course
I'm
you
here.
will. Of course you will. Pallavi, hi.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, not feeling well today. Feeling
Why?
low.
Why are you not feeling well, my dear? What's wrong? Feverish?
Actually, actually, I have headache some because of
Do you,
I don't know why.
do you study very hard? Do you study for long hours? No?
No, sir. Sometimes it happens like I have headache.
Any issues with migraine or sinus?
No,
No.
no. Sometimes it's happening like if I have so much work in office and and I have not taken much rest, then it happens usually.
Probably you should take some cues from me, right? I'm
Yes,
always great. No headache. I'm
yes, sir.
always great. And I'm learning more from vibrant young girls and boys like you all, right? Like from Lekha, from Sneha, from Nitesh, from you, from Mohit, everyone. And I would rather speak like Johnny. I'm great. I've never been better before. Okay? You to keep that
Yes,
spirit. Thank you for
yes,
joining, Pallavi. Great to have you
yes.
here. Okay, Mohit. Hello.
Hello, sir. How
How
are
are
you?
you? I'm fine. How are you?
I am also good, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for joining. Thank you for finding time out, Mohit. Truly appreciate it. Okay.
Okay.
Isha, hello. Don't hide
Hello, sir.
behind. Yes, there you are.
I am here, but in my area, power has gone.
Oh,
Why
why? Oh,
no
that is.
visibility here?
Oh, ho, ho. I was about to say, don't hide behind that black screen, and now you say there is no power. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No problem. By the way, you have a very sweet disposition, no doubt, and you have a very sweet name as well. Do you know what is the meaning of Isha? The word Isha?
Uh, this is the name of the Parvati also, and also the, for a pious, like religious thing related,
Anything
and
else?
the and Isha Masi is also related to religion, I think.
Isha, there is a name by your Upanishad, Isopanishad. I give you an opportunity. If I forget, the rest of you will remind me. What is the meaning of the word Isha? I can write it straight away, but I would rather want you to discover it by the end of the class. There is a name, there is an Upanishad by your name, my dear. Isopanishad.
Yes,
The
yes, sir, I
Isopanishad
know.
in which in which the
Uh,
supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, right? He
yes, sir.
explains how he is infinity. It starts out with that beautiful Purnamidam shloka in which he says that I am infinity. I am such an existence that if you pull out things from my being, I will not get reduced. By the same argument, if you add things to me, tangible or intangible things, I will not swell and get bloated or become larger in size. I'll be the same because I am infinity. So I'm quoting straight away from Isha Upanishad or Isopanishad as it is called. So,
Yes, sir.
Isha, you got to tell me what is the meaning of your name, okay? By the time we finish the class. All right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Sushmita, hi. Sushmita,
Hello,
hello.
sir. Hello, sir.
Hello, Sushmita. How has been the day?
Sir, it was good. Today was not a busy day. I was free most of the times in office.
Okay, great. And I watched a video of yours in which you were singing, right? And
Oh God.
what was the
I know
song?
I sing very bad.
To tell you the truth, your voice is very melodious, but the song, okay.
I was dancing also.
Oh, you were dancing also. I was sitting with my team members a few days back, and would you believe we were discussing that song? I'll not name that song. You also don't say which that song is. Right?
Okay, sir.
It is something like a ladki coming and doing something, and I okay, so such a song, my goodness. It is so aesthetically displeasing. I'm not saying anything to you, my dear. You are a
Yes,
very
sir.
good singer. Okay.
Oh God, sir, please don't lie. I am
Sing.
proud to say that I'm a bad singer. I have no problem with it.
I don't think so. But yes, if you sing songs of that nature, well, that's quite a comedy. But you know, a girl of your gravity, of your stature, should be singing Lata Mangeshkar and Kishore Kumar songs. Sing me a Kishore Kumar song in your next video. If you get an opportunity, sing a lovely Kishore Kumar or a Lata Mangeshkar number. Okay, I'll be so
The
happy.
people
It's
will
my
start
request.
unsubscribing me definitely.
Okay, they'll not. Trust me, they'll not. Okay. All right. Thank you, Sushmita, for finding time out. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
and joining us. Okay, great. Okay. Probably I'll have to stop there because we are running short of time. I'll talk to each one of you again later. Today, what are we going to do? We are going to start out with Humatar conversations. Before I start with the Humatar conversations, I have something very important to tell you. My wonderful friends, my learned participants, please appreciate that this training program is based on 3 primal activities, 3 primal exercises. You know what exercises I'm talking about: spontaneous speech, shadowing, and coterie talk. If you are not practicing all the 3 exercises every day, then probably your improvement levels will come down. Now, this is a golden opportunity for each one of you to improve, I tell you, because after December, after I finish this course with you, this course is going to be made shorter. It'll be shorter because it'll be made more intensive. Nothing will be cut out of it, but it'll be made more intensive. And probably this course will not be available the way it is available right now. Of course, it'll be available on YouTube. But since I am paying personal attention on each one of you and trying to ensure that each one of you improves and improves to the best possible degree, I sincerely request you, humbly request you, not to miss out the exercises. If you miss out on the exercises, what are you doing? You are not just going back on the commitment you made to me. You are not just going back on the commitment you made to your fellow co-learners, because you are supposed to contribute to their learning also by becoming a part of the coterie talk. You are also not being truthful to yourself. You are breaking the commitment that you made to yourselves. Don't do that. You can see that when we started out the training program, when we started out the training program, you saw so many people had joined, close to 30, 35. Most of them dropped. Do you know why? Because it is not easy to persevere. It is not easy to persevere. It is very easy to start out something because that push of initial enthusiasm can make you start things. But only the classy, only the ones who have true substance in them can continue, can persevere. And all of you are certainly made of that substance. So please, if you are somehow getting slack on a few of the exercises, it is my humble request again that you pull your socks up, not for spontaneous alone, for the entire training program. I leave it to you. You roll up your sleeves or you pull up your socks, right? But begin to work. right? Begin to practice. Do not miss your practice. Now, before I start with the Humatas conversation, let's see what congratulatory messages our very learned participant and our dear friend Sneha has got from her co-learners. Here we go. All right. So Pallavi says, congratulations, Sneha. My team says, heartfelt congratulations. Lekha says, congratulations, Sneha. Mohit says, congratulations, Sneha. Seema says, hearty congratulations, dear Sneha. Nitesh says, congrats, Sneha, for your new home. And Sneha says, thank you, everyone. So nice of you all. And my team again says, my team has given the answer. My team has given the answer, but the answer is not correct. Okay, so I'll wait for you to give me the correct answer. Isha means dash, 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 dash. I'm not talking about Nisha. Nisha means dark night, night. I'm talking about Isha. Okay? Nisha minus N, Isha. What is Isha? You want me to give you the answer right away? Or will you give me the answer at the end of the class? Give me the answer at the end of the class. All right.
Yes, sir.
You know, my team confused your name with Nisha. Nisha means night. What if I say it's a tenebrous night? You know, English can be made so complicated. Instead of saying it's a dark, misty night, I can say something like, oh, it is such a tenebrous, nebulous, dark realm that treading into this realm is sending chills up my spine. I could simply say, hey, walking into this misty dark night is giving me jitters. That's it. That's all I can say. All right. No, my team does not have to say anything. Okay, take it easy. My team is saying, well, we made a mistake. No problem. All right. So
But
let's start.
thanks for giving suggestion and idea also.
Bhagwan Krishna is explaining Isopanishad, the supreme personality of Godhead. Bhagwan, you know, I'm a rational person. I won't tell you what thoughts I have on God. But I have always had a very, very, yes, my team says, can I guess again? Sure, you can guess again. All right. So I have always, right from my childhood, I've always had a lot of attraction for Lord Krishna. In fact, Radha, Krishna, Meera, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you talk of those other wonderful personalities from the Vaishnava cult. When I get to hear their stories, when I hear the kathas, the discourses, and when I listen to bhajans, I don't know how my eyes get moist. I'm not suggesting I'm a great devotee, but then Krishna has that dynamic personality. I don't know what to say, the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate divinity. I don't know how am I connected to the Lord, but the Lord is, you know, regardless of what I think about God or what my convictions are, my scientific temperament and all that. I'm not talking about all that, but the very thoughts of Krishna bring tears to my eyes. And I'm sure the same applies to many of you. Okay, I know at least 4 of you who are Krishna devotees. All right. So now, okay, my team is constantly saying, can I guess again? Yes, yes, of course. Sushmita says, me too, sir. I am in love with Krishna. Okay, we are both in love with the same deity. All right, great. So that means you and I are horizontally connected at a spiritual plane. Okay. Sneha says, me too. See, another Krishna devotee. I knew it. Sneha doesn't have to say it. I can sense it that you are a Krishna devotee. Okay. Let's start with the conversations. Please understand this, that these conversations are one-to-one conversations. 2 people talking to each other. But they are supposed to give you cues as to how you should talk when you are in a one-to-one situation and when you are talking in public. So even when you are doing coterie talk, try to follow the great traits, the beautiful conversational traits of our Humata friends. So, what's happening today in the 5 videos that we're going to watch? In the first video, we see, sorry, we see 2 friends talking about sister. You know, sister is such a loving person, such a wonderful loved one to have around you. The sisters are such cushions, I tell you. Your elder sister or younger sister can be such a cushion. Brothers are also cushions, sisters are also cushions, siblings are adorable, right? So sister is always a gift of divinity. So let's see what our Humatas are discussing about their sister. Okay, here we go. I'll ask you after a few seconds of playing the video whether you can hear it, whether it's audible. Just let me know if it is audible. Just 1 second.
So, Steve, how's your sister?
Is it audible, friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, it is
Okay,
audible.
thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here we go.
So, Steve, how's your sister doing?
Oh, she's doing great. She just got a new job and she's delighted with it.
That's great. What does she do?
She's a web designer.
That sounds like a cool job.
Yes, she loves it. She's always been creative, so it's perfect for her.
Well, I'm happy for her. Tell her congratulations from me.
Thanks, Richard. I will.
Okay. So Richard says, say my congratulations to her, right? And the person whose sister is being talked about says, of course, I will convey your wishes, your congratulations to my sister. Okay. So in the next video, sorry, just 1 second. In the next video, we will see 2 friends talking about a trip abroad. A trip abroad, right? All of us like to travel, I'm sure, and many of you, most all of you will be traveling abroad. So see what our Humata friends are discussing about travel abroad. Here we go.
Hey, Michelle. How was your trip?
It was incredible. I had so much fun.
That's great. What did you do?
I went sightseeing, hiking, and even got to try some new foods.
That sounds like an amazing adventure. Switzerland indeed is a great place to be in. I'm glad you had a great time.
I would love to go back someday. Why don't you plan a trip to Switzerland with your friends?
Yes, that's a great idea. Thanks for the suggestion. I'll have to look into that.
No problem. I know you guys will love it as much as I did.
Okay, so Michelle went to Switzerland and she was telling her friend how she enjoyed. What were the things she did? She went hiking, she went sightseeing, and she enjoyed the tour thoroughly. And she suggested to her friend that he must also plan a trip to Switzerland with his friends. All right. So in the next video, we will see 2 people, 2 friends talking about a teacher's career. Now, this video is going to be special for Seema and myself. Seema, can I just have you on the camera for a second? For a few seconds, maybe. Seema.
Sir, actually, I'm not feeling well.
Okay, no problem. No problem, Seema. This video is for you and me specially, right? Because this is about teachers, the teacher's job. Both of us are teachers. Here we go.
So, Tom, what made you want to become a teacher?
It was always something that I thought about doing. I like working with kids and want to make a difference in their lives.
That's great. How has your experience been so far?
It has been perfect. I love my job.
What do you teach?
I teach world history.
I am sure you love the subject.
Yes, Richard, I love it. It's so interesting to learn and teach about different cultures and how they've influenced the world today.
That sounds really fascinating. I'm sure your students enjoy your classes.
They do, and I enjoy teaching them. A teacher's job means a lot of work, but it's worth it when you see your students learning and succeeding.
That's wonderful. Thanks for talking to me about it. I'm sure you'll continue to have a great career as a teacher.
Thanks for your interest in my work. Take care.
Okay, so you heard Tom say that the greatest pleasure for a teacher, something like this, he didn't use the exact words that I'm using. The greatest pleasure for the teacher is to see his or her students thriving. When the students do well, the teacher is more pleased than the students, right? Right, so that's the kind of pleasure I get when you make brilliant speeches. When you speak great English, I get a lot of pleasure. And subsequently, when you speak like champs and the people look up to you and they appreciate you, you'll be happy, but I'll be I'll be happier than you, okay? I was just messing up comparative and superlative degrees that we practiced yesterday, okay? You might be thinking, what kind of a teacher is he? Just messing up things that he teaches, huh? Okay, moving ahead. All right. So in the next video, you will see two friends talking about their father. Father is so precious, you know. Father is, every moment of my life, I miss my father. In fact, a lot of, I would say 90% of what I am today, I would attribute to my father's lessons. Maybe I didn't get convent education, or I was not in a situation which could be called very opulent, but my father ensured that my education, my brothers and my education never suffered. And we got the best of books to read. We got the best of study materials to study. And I keep thinking of the contributions that he made to my life. I'm talking about myself and my father. It was such a disastrous moment of my life when I lost him. I don't want to think about that moment, because I shouldn't say I lost him, because he's here inside me. As long as I'm alive, my father will be there. But what he taught me will go a long way in the creative expressions that I come up with in my books, in my creative nonfiction books, in my fiction books, in the courses that I teach, and of course, the movies I make, the screenplays that I write, and possibly some movies that I make. So, including the documentaries. So, every moment of my life, I think about my father. Getting a little emotional. Maybe I should stop there and start with the video. So, two Humata friends are talking about their father. Okay.
My father is my hero.
Same here. My father's also a big influence in my life.
Yes, I guess we're both pretty lucky. My dad's always been there for me, no matter what.
That's how mine is too. He's always been supportive and understanding, even when I've made mistakes.
That's the best kind of father to have. One who is always there for you, no matter what.
Absolutely. We're definitely fortunate to have dads like ours.
Okay, so two friends talking about their father. Lekha, everything fine? Are you unwell? Lekha, my dear, everything fine with you?
Yes, sir, everything is fine.
Are you feeling okay?
Yes, I have a little pain of cervical hair, so many
Oh,
times I just
my
lay
dear.
down.
No, no, no. Young girls and boys like you should be super fit, right? Be ready for the next trekking. Will you
Yes, sir,
be
I'm doing exercise as well. I will try to remove it by exercise.
all right, all right, all right. I'm joking because all of you are so young that you cannot. Okay, it's probably that'll be too harsh to say that you cannot fall sick. Sometimes each one of us has to fall sick at one point of time or the other. In fact, falling sick is also important. When somebody falls ill, the body gets revitalized. You have fresh immunity to work on. So that is also very scientific. Try and take good care of yourselves, okay? Let's move on to the next video. And this will be the last video for today. Here too, friends are talking about mother, right? And you know how important one's mother is. A mother is like a demigoddess, right? So father, mother, brother, sister, beautiful relationships, beautiful relationships. Okay, let's go ahead and watch the video. So two friends talking about mother. Here we go.
Hey Ethel. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Alan. How are you?
I'm doing okay. An email arrived from my mother in the morning, and since the time I read it, I have been thinking about my relationship with her.
What about it?
Well, I love her, but we don't always see eye to eye. We have frequent disagreements.
Yes, I know what you mean. I have the same problem with my mother.
Really? What do you think is the cause of that?
I'm not sure, but I think it might have something to do with the fact that we're both strong-willed women.
That makes sense. I know that my mother can be very stubborn at times.
Yes, mine too. But I think that's part of what I love about her. She's always been a fighter.
I can understand that. Even though we don't always get along, my mother loves me and is always there for me when I need her.
That's how I feel about my mother too. No matter how much we argue, I know she loves me and would do anything for me.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the segment of the Humatars. Now, in the last video, you saw that the two friends were talking about their disagreements with their mother. And yet, they were talking about how much each friend's mother loves him or her, right? They might have disagreements, but they still have that bond of love. Very important to have that bond of love. You might have disagreements with your father. You could be having disagreements with your mother. But all said and done, there is that unbreakable, invisible bond of love that connects you with your parents, right? No matter what. Sometimes what your parents say might appear pretty harsh, but do realize, and I'm sure all of you realize, and I realize, of course, my mother is still, my mother is also a very strong-willed lady. She is old, but she is a strong-willed lady. And sometimes she gets very angry with me, especially when she finds me not sleeping. And sometimes, say, when I'm writing, she comes and stands and she'll always say, hey, this is not done. You cannot be writing all night, without realizing that she just kind of takes my mind off the story and I have to start it all over again when I start writing again. So sometimes such petty, what you call nok jokes in Hindi, okay? So those wonderful little fights happen, but but I can sense the love that she has for me. It's my health she's concerned about, and sleeping is a major issue with me. I work till. Oh, I better not tell you all that, okay? I don't want to spoil your habits. You people must sleep well. Okay, all right. So we finished with the Humatars section. Now we move on to the conversations section. But who will be doing the conversations now? Not the humatars anymore, not the animated characters, but real human beings. And from where will the real human beings be drawn? The real human beings will be drawn from this very virtual room. So, the first conversation will be between Sushmita and Hemanta. Sushmita and Hemanta. What is the topic of the discussion? The topic of the discussion is the importance of freedom in relationships. The importance of freedom in relationships. The importance of freedom in relationships. Hemanta will be starting the conversation and Sushmita will be taking it on from there. Remember, we are not here to listen to speeches. We are here to listen to a conversation. Hemanta, you can start and Sushmita will take the cues from there and move on. And then, of course, it must be like Hemanta and Sushmita, back to Hemanta, back to Sushmita. It shouldn't be Hemanta, Sushmita, Hemanta, that kind of speech-like conversation we are not interested in, okay? All right, go ahead, Hemanta, start.
Yeah, so when it comes to the uh, freedom in relationship, what was the topic of freedom in relationship?
The importance of freedom in relationships.
Yeah, when it comes to the importance of freedom in relationship, it needs both of the partners, who are part of the relationship, when for the growth of each individual. What do you think about this, Susmita? By the way, I have never been into any relationship, so it's not easy to me for elaborate it properly.
So let me clear one thing. Sir is not talking about just relationship like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It is
Yeah,
all
yeah.
kind of relationships like a father, brother. And I guess this is very important to give freedom with whom you are living with. For it's not even about our blood relationship, but it is about our friends, our flatmates, etc. Everyone. Like now, for the first time, I am living alone with flatmates, far from my family. So yeah, sometimes you need someone to talk to you, but sometimes it is very important that we should have our own space. For example, when I come from office, it's I just need alone time with me only. I want to rest. And how will you feel when someone comes and tell you that let's talk, let's do something? I just get irritated when they don't say this, but imagine if they say about this. So I'll get irritated. So this is very important sometimes, that you should have your own space. So what about are you living in I mean in with some
Yeah,
flatmates, or you living alone?
yeah, actually, I have only one flatmate, that is my cousin. We both are living here since past 2 years, and we have good understanding. We do all household chores together, not without any help of any maid. We woke up with our time schedules and do everything as per we are decided that you will do this thing, I will do this thing. So this does not, irritate any other person's space. We have separate rooms, so we get up early and they do our the work we have assigned to each other automatically without even reminding them that why you haven't done this, you should have done this earlier. If we lack this thing for preparing food, why didn't you purchase it that at that time? So such sort of conversation often doesn't go. So we have a pretty good relationship in terms of this.
Okay. I am living with two of my flatmates, and they are both seniors to me. They are in Ministry of Defense. So they are good friends because they are of the same batch, and I'm 2 years junior to them. So it's very, I mean, I know we are flatmates, but still there is some professional relation between us. Like they are senior to me, so I'm not that open to them to talk to anything. So we usually don't talk much on our personal things. Sometimes we talk about our the system of the flat made and around about that thing, but I don't go, they don't come to me and we talk about our family or relationship and those kind of stuff. So and freedom is also important for me because I really don't have time to talk to some stranger. Sometimes calls from my relatives also come, but I can't receive them because uh, I don't get time so much. So it's very important for me to have freedom. And but sometimes I feel when I was in ISTM while training, me and one of my batchmate Preeti were living together in a room. We were very good friends, but still we both were living in the same room, but still we gave each other so freedom, so space for each other, that sometimes when I want some a complete room, she never complained that I need to be here, I have some work. We had very good understanding. Whenever I need whole room for some personal work or for anything, she went to the balcony or she went outside. So this is very important to give freedom to each other, so that one uh, does not feel like I'm forced to do something, or I can't adjust with this person, because nowadays this is becoming important to have time with yourself, because we are so busy in our work that if you don't get time for ourselves only, our mind will get stuck, our mind will become mad. So this is very
Yeah.
important to give time to each other, even in the relationship of husband and wife, which is the closest relationship, I guess, because with your husband or wife you spend whole your life, around 40 or 45 years, whatever the case may be. So in that relation also I feel there should be some space, some personal space for both of them, so that it's not like my own identity has vanished. You should not think like that. For example, sometimes it is said that husband and wife are like, they are so close that there should be no personal space, no personal um, conversations, or everything should be shared. But I believe there are some conversations
Okay,
which
Sushmita and Hemanta, that should do. Please give them a
Thank you,
huge
sir.
round of applause, first of all. Huge round of
Thank you,
applause
sir.
for them. A few observations. Right. Now, my observations should not influence the messages that you send. First of all, thanks to Sushmita for pointing out that when I say relationships, when anybody says relationships, the relationship does not has to be between the spouses or between a prospective wife and a prospective husband, or a prospective bride and a prospective groom. No. Any kind of relationship. Relationship could be with your pet, relationship could be even with the inanimates, and relationship with your roommates, relationship with your siblings, with your parents, with your friends, with your teachers, with your colleagues, all. So that clarification was very well given by Sushmita. And the conversation went very well. Initially, the conversation was going very well. But thereafter, I believe it got into a bit of a speech-like mode, which should be avoided as far as possible. But certain beautiful ideas have emerged. Excuse me. Certain beautiful ideas have emerged from the talk. Now, when I talk about freedom in relationships, let's think about, or let's refer to one of the songs written by the Kavi Guru, Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore had written a song. The song goes like this: Maya bono biharini horini, gohono shopono sancharini. Means, hey, the beautiful deer that is moving in the magical forest. Why am I getting attracted to you? That is the input. I'm cutting it short. I'm not making it very big. Right? Maya bono biharini horini gohono shapono sancharini. It is actually generating such beautiful dreams, deep dreams for me. Okay. In that song, at one point of time, Tagore says it's about a girl communicating with her prospective husband, or maybe the lover, or a boy communicating with the prospective wife or his lover. We don't know. The song could be sung by a boy or a girl. But what does the singer say? What does the person who's singing the songs is saying? He or she is saying that, hey, my partner, I am going to bind you in a bond that will free you from all bondages. So I will be, what does this mean? That means that I will set you free. My relationship with you will not be one of bondage. I will not be possessing you. I won't be saying that this man is mine, this woman is mine. No. When we pray to God, we were talking about Krishna. When you pray to God, when you are talking to Krishna, when you are loving Krishna, do you say, hey, Krishna, look, I love you so much. You must only love me in return. Don't love anybody else. My prayers alone should go to you. Nobody else's prayers should reach you. Understood? Lord Shiva, I'm so much attracted to you. But me alone. Your love should be confined to me. I want to possess you, Shiva. I want to possess you, Krishna. That's not how you love them. So spiritual love is all about universality. If there is a bond, that bond of trust. One day, Sneha asked me to speak on trust. And why is the trust quotient missing in relationships? Often, trust quotient is missing because people are behaving like animals, not humans. That devatva, that manushatva is missing. You want to possess the person. You want to possess your father. You want to possess your mother. You want to possess your siblings. And most of all, you want to possess your partner. Stupid. You don't even possess yourself. Most of the things happening inside your body are happening involuntarily. You do not control them. Do you think like this? Consciously, do you control your body? Hey, the blood pressure somewhere close to my elbow has gone down by 2 units. Let me enhance it. Hey, the DNA replication in 3,027,000 cell has gotten slow. Let me propel the DNA replication. And what about the hormone secretion? The hormone secretion in such and such unit has gone low by such and such degree. Let me push it up. And the neurons, the synapses, the synaptic connections have gone down. I'll have to probably create more synapses for myself. Do you do all that? Everything is happening inside your body all by themselves. You do not have conscious control on them. So, dear friends, an intelligent man or an intelligent woman would know that he or she doesn't even possess himself or herself. He or she doesn't even control himself or herself. How on earth can you control somebody else? So this very act of possession, trying to possess somebody, this girl is mine, this man is mine, this is a stupid thought. Trust can bloom, love can bloom when you allow freedom. As Kobi Guru Rabindranath Tagore says, bind your partner, bind your friends, bind your colleagues, bind your parents in a bond that frees them of all bondages. That is the secret to happiness in relationships. Well, I'm not here to be discoursing you on relationships. These beautiful ideas actually emerge from their wonderful talks. That's why I said it. Okay? Especially partners, right? Got to give freedom to the partner. Never asking questions of the partner is stupid. Why ask questions? You don't even control yourself. Do you have control over yourself? Do you possess yourself? For goodness sake, no. How can you possess your partner? But people think in quite a different way in the world. And that's why problems happen. Kudos to Sushmita and kudos to Hemanta for such a wonderful discussion. And I'm very impressed with some of the responses, some of the exchange of ideas that we just saw happening. Sushmita probably voiced not the way I explained them, but what Sushmita was saying essentially was this: giving space. That personal space is very important. Never let anyone into your personal space, be it your husband, wife, children, the best of friends, and never try to intrude into others' personal space. Very correctly explained by Sushmita. Sushmita, my claps for you, okay? And claps for Hemanta. All right, let's see what your friends are saying about you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Sneha, okay, Lekha says, nice knowing the thoughts you made. A great conversation. Completely agree with Lekha. Where is Lekha? Oh, there, Lekha is there. Yes, okay. Lekha, very well said. Very well said, Lekha. Pallavi says, nice conversation, both of you. Both of you did very well. Indeed. Seema says, nice discussion, both of you made. Wonderful. Okay. Thumbs up. Several thumbs up for you and several claps. Nitesh says, nice, comprehensive conversation. Congrats, Sushmita and Hemanta, for your beautiful dialogues. Completely agree with you. Sneha says, wonderful discussion, both of you. Agreed. And my friends say, and my team says, great performance. Great performance indeed. Time for another conversation. The next conversation is going to be between Lekha and Sneha. Lekha and Sneha, right? Be ready, Lekha and Sneha. The proceedings will be started by Sneha, okay? And what is going to be the topic of the discussion? The topic of the discussion will be, in the course of serving others in the family, we must not lose ourselves. A little bit difficult, but I'm deliberately making it a little difficult for you. In the course of serving others in the family, we must not lose ourselves. Repeat. In the course of serving others in the family, we must not lose ourselves. Sneha, I will start your time, your and Lekha's time. Give us a good, enlightening conversation.
Hi, Lekha.
Hello,
There you
Sneha.
go.
How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm also fine. So, what about the responsibilities you are having with your families?
Yeah, it's sometimes it is too hard. And what's about your thinking in the course of serving to your family?
Yes, I'm managing everything fine, but many time we feel like we are losing ourselves by doing so many things for our family. Like many time we are not giving time to ourselves. We are just doing everything for them. What do you feel about it?
Yes, you are absolutely right. Same as I also felt many of the time, but now I got some time for me. But when my after marriage initial days, I serve lots of the time to my family. In that time, I didn't feel myself as a person. I forgot myself and I always remember my family, my husband, my daughter, and nothing else. So now I got a time to do things which I want to do and I like. So, what's your thinking about this? Do you have some experience like this?
No, I didn't have that much experience, but I think we can manage it by seeking some help from them. Like if we are doing something, everything on our own, that then it will cause problems to our and we will lose ourselves. So we can seek some help from them by saying that please help me in doing so, as I am alone, unable to do this thing. So if we seek help from them, then it will be easier for us to do everything. So have you ever experienced like seeking help from your families?
Yes, many of the time I had a huge family. I have a big family, but right now I am living alone with my husband and my kid. Before that, I am living in a joint family. So most of the time we are doing all houseworks together. But that was experience was good. I But managing things with whole family is little difficult. The priorities is different, and we have to set our priority of work if we are living in a joint family or a nuclear family. So that is the, I think, most important thing. What you want to do. I want to do serve to my family, so that's why I'm doing that thing at that time. And if I'm thinking about me and uh, the things which I want to do. So that time I give time to do that thing also. But my priority is my family, serving to my family. So you are living alone or with family nowadays?
Now these days I'm living alone, so it is easier to manage. Like I'm managing everything on my own, so I'm finding basically much time for myself. So like I'm doing yoga and learning cooking, everything. But many time I feel like if I had my family here, then it will be easier for me to learn cooking. As when I'm alone trying, I'm doing the same mistakes and wasting materials and not making good things. So we feel like we should have a family too. We can manage with them, but many time, like if we want to do yoga and do meditation, then it feels like we should have a me time and alone time to spend time with ourselves and find something like what is inside us. Because if we want to meet others and their expectations, we need family and others. But if we want to meet ourselves inside us, then we should have a great time with ourselves. So what do you think about it, like meeting with yourself or meeting with your family?
Yes, you are absolutely right, Lekha. Reason every situations have some pro and cons, some good things and some bad things also. So in your situation, you are living alone, so some things is good happen, and something is bad for you, like you are not. You don't know how to cook well. So if you are living with family, so that is a good thing. You learn so much with your family. Yes, uh, my thinking is also same as you think. When in early morning, I want to do yoga and me time in morning, but when I'm living with my family, I don't get time to do meditation, or because every time my in-laws woke up in early morning, so I'm I secretly hiding take some corner to do my meditation or yoga, like in my room, the back balcony. Reason I some kind of charm, or I felt that time doing meditation in front of my father-in-law. so at that time I am hiding in some corner and doing my stuff which I want to do. Like I also want to do painting. So I don't get any much time, but my daughter also like painting. So now I again creating my paintings with my daughter
That
in
should
an
do. That should do. Well done. Well done. Okay. Very well done. All of you, give them a huge round of applause. All right. I can't hear anybody clap. I'm hearing only my claps. Now, this is very stingy on your part. Unmute
So
yourselves and clap.
Yes,
Okay.
people are jealous of ourselves, our me and Sneha.
No, dear, no one is jealous. Everyone is praising your
Oh.
performance.
No, no.
Okay. Okay. That was great. Look. Okay. So, a few observations now. The conversation went very well. Best part was something I missed out. I didn't say when Sushmita and Hemanta were talking. I missed out saying this, so I'm saying it now. And I'm saying the same for Sneha and Lekha. The best part about these two conversations was there was no overlap. When one was speaking, the other was listening. That's very important. When you are talking, when you are in a communication, you have to listen to the other person. The second good part about these two conversations was that when they were talking, when a person, for example, when Sneha was talking, or was when Lekha was talking, when Sushmita was talking, and Hemanta was talking, I'll not say that there was the rule that I'm going to talk about was followed in totality, but it was followed a great deal. Remember, when you speak, you have to ensure that every word comes out like an island. The word that you are speaking must not merge or overlap with the next word. There should be no overlapping. But I can see, because of constant practice, some of you are doing constant practice, I can see that. You are already speaking like a pro. Speaking like a pro doesn't just mean speaking great English. It also means speaking with clarity. You might have noted, and I'm not saying this boastfully, I'm saying this in all humility, that when I'm talking to you, I could be talking very fast, I could be talking very slow, but when I'm talking normally, I ensure, or probably I don't ensure consciously, it happens subconsciously, that my words register. Each one of them registers as a single entity. The words are not merging. Why? Now when I'm talking to you, or you can check up any of the videos, the word that I'm currently speaking is the word that is being spoken. That word does not get mingled. That word does not overlap with the next word. This is a quality you all have to develop if you want to speak well. It is not just about speaking English, irrespective of which language you are speaking. Speaking Punjabi or Hindi or Tamil, Bangla, Assamese, or you're speaking Nagamese, doesn't make a difference. Please make sure that you speak every word with distinctness. So this is one thing, this is one aspect of the discussions, the conversations that we witnessed today. Now, the third best part was the respect that the partners showed to each other. Okay? Now, I'm talking specifically about the second discussion. Lekha and Sneha were very respectful to each other. Very respectful to each other. And because they listened to each other well, they could frame good responses. With that said, now I'll give you some spiritual discourse if you are interested. When you don't exist, there is nothing such as your family. There is something such as your family because you exist. Without you, there is no family. You are the central point of the family. If you were not existing, who would say my family? How would your family exist if you had not been existing? So, my dear friends, realize that you have a responsibility towards yourself. If you are not taking care of yourself at the pretext that you are taking care of your wife, husband, children, parents, and siblings, and the brother-in-law or the sister-in-law or the co-sister or the co-brother, you are fooling around. You are fooling around. The first person who needs your 100% attention is you yourself. Doesn't matter what is your marital state. You could be married, you could be unmarried, you could be a monk, you could be a hardcore materialist. No matter what you are the number one priority for yourself. And if you do not realize this, you will never be able to lead a happy life. Remember, most people who say, hey, you should become a sacrificial goat, always put your head on the altar so that others can come with an axe and behead you, and happily give your head away, happily get decapitated so that others around you can enjoy. Rubbish! Do not get into that foolish state of thinking. You are the priority. You are the priority. Always remember you are the priority. If you don't love yourself, nobody will love you. If you don't respect yourself, don't expect others to respect you. So you are the fulcrum of all the activities that's happening. Now let's see, when that was a little bit of Guru Gyan, I'm sorry. I'm in the habit of, since I'm a teacher, my teaching instincts always, dominate. And I hope you don't mind my saying all this. I hope you don't mind my saying all this. I might sound very unorthodox, but I just voiced some, what you call, life coach stuff before you. Okay? All right. So let's see what your friends are saying for you. Hemanta says, okay, Manisha had earlier praised Sushmita and Hemanta. She wrote, it was so thoughtful. Kudos to both of you. Right. Hemanta now writes for Lekha and Sneha. Good to hear you both. Good to hear you. Both are contributing great to your families. Sorry. Hope you both will also get desired support from them. They'll get desired support and they must be supporting themselves as well. Wonderful conversation, writes Sushmita. Clarity was great. Very well done. Pallavi, both of you did excellent job. Lots of claps and lots of this for you. All right. Manisha says, it was candid. Dialogues were coming naturally. Great job, Lekha and Sneha. Totally agree with her. Isha says, great conversation. Nitesh says, okay, Isha has said great conversation with 4 thengas. Okay, no, not thengas. Thumbs up. Okay. Nitesh says, outstandingly great conversation. Lekha and Sneha. Very organic. Kudos to both of you. Well done, indeed. And my team says, this performance seemed like a conversation, healthy conversation, commendable job. Agree with my team as well. And now, before I say goodbye to you, I'm sorry I've gotten you late today. I know that we are running late today, but well, some good discussions happened. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, Lekha writes, thanks everyone, with a sunflower flower. Okay, all right. Okay, okay. Now, okay, Sneha also writes, thank you so much to everybody. Now the thing is, before I say goodbye to all of you, Sneha also sends you a smiley. All right. Okay. Before I say goodbye to all of you, which of you will tell me what is the meaning of Isha? Isha. We have an Isha in Manisha also, right?
Sir, I can guess, not exact answer, but I can guess.
Manisha writes Parvati. I completely agree with you, Manisha. But then what is the meaning? Yes, Isha, take a guess. Oh, my team has answered. My team has answered. Okay, well, anyway, don't look at the chat box. Give me the meaning, Isha.
Who always give positive vibes or always helping us.
Okay.
Close to the answer, like as a name, this is the name of Parvati, so
Okay.
she
Okay.
is
Fine.
the
Fine.
goddess.
You
That's
are
why.
you are right. Manisha's right. My team is also right. Okay. It can have several meanings depending upon the concept. Of course, it is also Parvati. Ma Parvati is also called Isha. Isha means what? The all-powerful one, the gift of divinity, the gift of nature, pristine, pure, okay, and knowledge, gyan, intelligence, wisdom. That is what Isha means. So Isha can have, just give me a minute, please. Just give me a minute. Look, a mother's love, a cup of tea. A teacher's privilege, right? A teacher's privilege. You all will not get this tea. I'll get the tea. Right. I
Sir,
just
this
said,
is a privilege of son and mother's love towards you, not for the teacher.
and see, my mother has also given me this biscuit. Right. I said, Ma, I'm taking a class. And she said, oh, yes, yes, you are taking a class. I know. Take this also. Okay. So that's how
So this
sweet
is a
mothers
love
are.
for her son.
That's how sweet mothers are. Okay. All right. So the thing is, I love this refreshing cup of tea. Okay. All right. But before that, Isha means what? Pristine purity, knowledge, wisdom, power, and the power to rule. And also, of course, gentleness, depending upon the context. So, Isha, my dear, your name is such a beautiful name. Just understand how wonderful your name is, right? So,
Yes,
with
sir.
that said, now I'll take your leave. Tomorrow, we are going to continue with essential grammar. Okay? We will do plenty of exercises tomorrow. And remember, the exercises are progressively going to get stiffer, more gruesome. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you for staying late with me today. I know I've exceeded, I've overshot the time, but thank you for staying with me. Thank you for your cooperation. I hope that your cooperation will continue and you will do yourselves and me a world of good by speaking like pros. Tomorrow's agenda is very clear. Tomorrow we'll have a presentation, we'll have lots of exercises, and then we'll have 2 demonstrations of spontaneous speeches. Thank you very much. Good night and take care.
Good night, sir.
Night, sir.
Good night,
Take
sir.
Good
care.
night, sir.
Good night. Good night.